Today, I will be ranking every single track by the punk band, the Dead Kennedys. The Dead Kennedys are one of the greatest punk bands of all time. Their music is tight, fast, and just wildly creative and intelligent. The Dead Kennedys are just like a masterclass when it comes to political satire. There's some extremely relevant lyrics here, even some lyrics being more relevant today than they were back in the 80s, unfortunately. Jello does a great job at embodying all the lyrics through his vocal ability, and I feel like the band does the same thing with their instruments, and it's just really cool to, read the lyrics and just hear this entire band reflect it musically, not just playing straight punk with a backdrop of political satire, but I feel like their instrumentals really do embody like every line sung by Jello. All right, so I'm going to rank every single track this band ever wrote. A little ambitious on my end, and yeah, like I've listened to this band's discography maybe 300 times. In college, I was obsessed with them. They really got me into politics, and I'm excited to talk about the music. I do have a couple notes here because when I re-listened to the entire discography recently, I'm like, oh, I do want to touch on that when I do this video and maybe a couple more too. So I do have a couple things written down, and I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. I'm not just going to like fly through this and be like, this song here, this song there. There's going to be some editing. I'm going to try to slim this down as much as I can. It's going to be impossible. I really hope this doesn't take too long. All right, let's jump into it with Kill the Poor. This is obviously an S tier song. I love the build up, crazy chorus as well. Just insane chorus, really catchy as well. Just a really solid track. All right, next we got Forward to Death. I love how like the bass and the guitar bits kind of trade parts in the intro. Just some good guitar work also from East Bay Ray. Love the chorus as well, but S tier easily. Just Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables is just such a fucking great record. If we keep going with When You Get Drafted, like easily an S tier track as well. Just such a like solid ass record. It's crazy that this is the band's debut. All right, let's lynch the landlord. Never been more relevant than today, in my opinion, unfortunately. Really fun guitar solo. I know when we talk Dead Kennedys, guitar solos aren't really a topic a lot of people cover, but there's some like really fun, weird guitar solos in this band's catalog. Easily an S tier track, really catchy as well. Drug Me is a pretty crazy song. I feel like this is a great example also of the vocals and the instrumentals really embodying the lyrics here. Some fun vibrato from Jello too. This is going to be the first A tier song, and that doesn't mean it's a bad track at all, but is it as good as like Kill the Poor, When You Get Drafted, Let's Lynch the Landlord? No. But it's still a great track on the first record. All right, now we got Your Emotions, which is a pretty solid song about conformity, and I think this is going to be another A-tier song. Like, again, it's a great song, definitely not on the same level as, like, Kill the Poor, but pretty solid stuff. Next up, we're talking about Chemical Warfare. This is a crazy track. I love how Jello and East Bay trade parts, and the chorus is pretty catchy. I love how this song just explodes too. Like it goes into this section, which I can only imagine would be the sounds of a Chemical Warfare, just to go right back into the chorus. I love this track. Some catchy stuff, some great lyrics. This is easily an S tier track. All right. Here we go. We're pretty much talking about maybe the best song the band ever wrote, California Uber Alice. One of the best bass lines ever. I love the tension that builds up in this song, as well as like the scraping the pick with the E string. It's just so creepy, and I love it. I love this track. This is easily a top of S tier. California Uber Alice, some of the best songwriting in all of the punk scene. Just such a great track. All right, next up we have I Kill Children. Just some insane titles on this record. I'm pretty sure this is just about Jello being like a crazy kid in Colorado. Shock value. You know, I think what he used to do is like just drive around with his buddies and scream out the window, I kill children, at people. I love the intro of God told me to skin you alive. Crazy shit right here. I love this song. I think it's catchy. I love the instrumentals. They really just embrace the title here. Lyrically, instrumentally. For me, like personally, this is right between California Uber Alice and Kill the Poor. The rest, when we put all these songs in the tier list, then I'll kind of just shuffle a few around after the fact. But I Kill Children, that high I'm feeling it. I love Kill the Poor. I love When You Get Drafted. We can maybe change a couple of these around, but that's what I'm feeling. I love I Kill Children, which is weird saying out loud, but yeah, just great songwriting from Dead Kennedys. Yeah, so Stealing People's Mail is a fun song. I really like it. It's really catchy. Just fast. It has this like weird mini solo in it that's just out of nowhere that just works so well in the track too. Again, very catchy. I'm going to put this between Forward to Death and When You Get Drafted. It's that good for me. All right, next, Stealing People's Mail. This is crazy. This is a very fun song, very rebellious. There's this weird mini solo in it that's just fun and comes out of nowhere that I really enjoy. I'm going to put this between When You Get Drafted and Forward to Death, to be honest. I like it that much. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, like going forward in this ranking, I didn't really map any of this out. Like this is kind of just all in the moment, which is tough. And a lot of this is going to just be me between songs being like, I don't know. Maybe I should put it there. No, I should put it there. So I'm going to have a good amount of editing here, a bunch of editing. So there'll be a bunch of cuts. Hopefully this isn't like a 3-hour long video, but all right. Now, so Funland's at the Beach. This has some good melodies in it. This is a pretty solid song. I think maybe the most underrated on the whole record. I think some good melodies. It's catchy. I wouldn't say it's an S tier track, but I'm going to put it on top of A. Funland at the Beach. Pretty solid. I think it's fun. I do like it quite a lot. This whole record is just so good. It really is. It's like a greatest hits album level of quality. It just doesn't stop, really. But all right, Ill in the Head. Here we go. I feel like I'm ill in the head to attempt this kind of video. But anyway, this is a tough one to rank. Definitely not the best song on the album, but it's another example of I love how just they completely embody the lyrics and the idea of this song. This whole song just sounds unstable in every way. I like it. It's crazy. Just crazy, crazy stuff. It's going between Funland at the Beach and Drug Me. All right, Holiday in Cambodia. One of the most famous songs the band ever wrote. Maybe the most famous. Maybe. But great bass line. Catchy stuff. I definitely like the version on Fresh Fruit better than the Give Me Convenience version. I love it. Is it my favorite Dead Kennedys song, though? I wouldn't say it is. I'd say that it's better than Kill the Poor. I like I Kill Children better. I know that might be a crazy take, but I really like the song I Kill Children, which makes me sound like a fucking psychopath saying out loud. But all right, Viva Las Vegas. Okay, this one took a while to decide. Viva Las Vegas. It's a great cover. I feel like this band is amazing at parody, which is not really talked about at all when it comes to the Dead Kennedys. They make this song their own. They paint a much more realistic version of Vegas than Elvis ever did. Yeah, this was hard to decide. This is going at the end of S. I'm putting it above some studio material, and I know that's controversial, but they really do make this song their own. The lyrics are really great here. One of my favorite parodies ever. If you want to even call it a parody, Jello does change the lyrics here. He changes a lot of them. He doesn't change the chorus, but yeah, I love this cover. One of my favorite covers ever, to be honest. All right, so this is my entire ranking of fresh fruit for rotting vegetables. I'm pretty confident with it, to be honest. I might change some things around while we go deeper into this, but yeah, this album realistically is all S tier, I guess. Whatever. But honestly, is Drug Me on the same level of Holiday in Cambodia? I don't think so. So I'm happy with this. And yeah, this is my ranking for fresh fruit for rotting vegetables. We only have, what, 5 more records to go. All right, here we go. We're talking about the In God We Trust Inc. EP now, 1981. Really just fast, aggressive stuff here, especially Religious Vomit, the first track. This just kicks you in the face, barely a minute long. A lot of aggressive playing and singing here. This is going in S tier. This is going, of course, above Viva Las Vegas. But yeah, I'm pretty confident with that. Just a great kick-ass song, an amazing intro track as well. Let's try to keep this going. Moral Majority, half of this song is spoken word. I don't know. I hate to say this is the first B tier song, but it might be. It's just not super memorable for me. It's a great track, but it's just not really memorable. Like half the song is spoken word. I don't know how I feel about that in general, but we'll see. We'll maybe shuffle them around a little later, but for me, Moral Majority is going to be the first B tier track. All right, Hyperactive Child Take 4 is about how awesome our school system is here in America. Great energy in this song. Really memorable chorus, too. And, the blow it out your ass, like outro is great. It's going A tier right before Funland at the Beach. I kind of want to spread these out. I don't want to just put everything in S tier. Even though most of the music this band ever wrote, like 95% of it is like S tier in general. But what's the fun of that? So Hyperactive Child is going in A tier. All right, Keepone Factory. I think I know where I want to put this now. It's about a pesticide that fucked a lot of people up, and the company involved just didn't give a flying fuck about it. Really great chorus here. I love Jello's vocal melodies on this track as well. I'm going to put it between Ill in the Head and Drug Me. And let's keep this thing rolling with Dog Bite. I love this song. I guess about how just suburban normies worry about the dumbest shit. That's from what I have gotten out of it. So just some great punchy bass from Klaus here. Yeah, this is a banger. I'm I'm going to put this S tier. We're going S tier. And we're going above Religious Vomit. I think it's that good. Really catchy song. Grabbed me right away when I first listened to it. I remember being like, this song's crazy. Okay, Nazi punks, fuck off. I was contemplating how high I want to put this. Shit, one of the greatest punk songs ever written. Unfortunately, still kind of true today and relevant. I love just the like fast, like stabbing rhythm of this song too. And it's going 1,000 miles per minute. This is going S tier, pretty high S tier after Kill the Poor and between Kill the Poor and Holiday in Cambodia. I think that's a good fit for it. We'll see what happens in the future. I might move it around, but it's staying high. It's staying top 5 easily. One of the best. Just such a kick-ass song. All right, here we go. We've got a bigger problem now. A little tough to rank here. I think I know where I want to put it now. I'm gonna put it before Nazi Punks Fuck Off. And it's a tough one to rank. This took me a while because it's just California Uber Alice. It's a darker version of that song. It's got this cool spoken word intro and this walking bass line. And Jello's a lot angrier in his vocal delivery here. But I do prefer the intro to the original. Okay, Rawhide. Here we go. Last song on the EP. Crazy cover. It's kind of just them making fun of American pop culture. That's my interpretation of it. To be honest, it's pretty good. I love like the palm muted rhythm in here. Jello also hitting those high notes. This is some of his like best singing, especially the raw. Like he fucking holds those notes in the vibrato, and it's really impressive. The band just sounds so good here, and I hate to admit how much I love this cover. It's going to the bottom of S. That's what I'm thinking. And I know that might be a little controversial, and I think I'm starting to sense that here are where some of the negative comments are coming in, but it's great. I love the instrumentation on it. They really, again, make this song their own, and I think it's a solid cover and some of the best examples of like how tight of a band they are and their like technical ability. Even Jello, man, like his vocal range here is pretty crazy. Like he really just hits those notes. But all right, that's my ranking for In God We Trust Inc. Now this is it. This is both the first album and the EP combined. All right, Plastic Surgery Disasters. Here we go. This is the second record from them and one of the greatest punk albums of all time. Their most consistently great record. I don't think it reaches peaks as high as California Uber Alice and Holiday in Cambodia, but it's more consistently good than Fresh Fruit, in my opinion. Just so solid. Just so solid, man. Advice from Christmas Past, we're putting D tier. Great way to start. But it's not a song. It's just kind of a spoken word thing, which is great and adds to the record, but we're not really going to rank it here. D tier is just going to be stuff that I'm not counting. So just to keep that in mind going forward, there's not going to be any actual songs in there. Government Flu just kicks you in the face after that fourth count. I love Jello's vocal inflection here, and DH has just such a tight performance. This is going after Let's Lynch the Landlord. I think it's that good, and we're just kicking off with a great song here, and I think a classic from the band. Terminal Preppy, I love. I love this song. About those stupid, brain-dead frat kids who are just completely disconnected from reality. They think they know everything, but they know nothing. They know jack shit. It's about going to college just to get fucked up and then get a business degree and make a shitload of money. and then die in a cul-de-sac. It's unfortunately reality, but I love this track. I hate jocks and frat kids. This is going high for me. I love the kazoo on this too. It's really catchy. It's really well written. The songwriting is there. This is going high. This is going real high. This is going as high as before Kill the Poor. I'll give you that much. All right. I love Kill the Poor. It's a great song. Terminal Preppy is just so catchy as well. All right. Trust Your Mechanic. I'm moving this around. You know what? I'm going to put it after When You Get Drafted. It's going that high. I love the marching beat here. I love the eerie spoken word parts and like the rich cheat you. It's so good. It's really relevant today how like, you know, you buy these iPhones just for them to like be programmed to break after like 4 years, just so you have to buy another one. How, you know, my grandma has this fridge in her house. She bought in like the 60s. She has 2 fridges, that one downstairs, and then in her kitchen she has like a newer fridge that she replaces every 4 years because it stops working randomly every 4 years. Wow, how convenient. She has to buy another fridge. Yeah, it's about that shit. And you know, a doctor will prescribe you a medicine to fix your problems just for the medicine itself to fuck you up. So you have to spend money on that. It's a really fucked up world we're living in, and yeah, that's the fun of capitalism. All right, well-paid scientist, pretty much how scientists can not be genuine due to status and money. I love Jello's vibratos on here, and well-paid scientist. I'm thinking between Dog Bite and Religious Vomit, and let's keep going. Buzz Bomb, I love. Great riff here from East Bay Ray. Awesome snare rolls from DH. One of the best. This just makes me want to run through a wall. It's going after Terminal Preppy. It's that good. One of the best songs on the record. And we're flying here. Let's keep going. Forest Fire. Very weird song. But weirdly catchy at the same time. I don't know. I know people have said this is like one of the better tracks on the album. I've seen people also say they don't like this song at all. I'm kind of out of middle ground here. I'm saying this is top of A. It's great. It's maybe, you know, I hear people say it's the best song on the album. I don't get it. It's funny. The intro is like very silly, but it's catchy at the same time. But for me, it just doesn't grab me like the other tracks in the S tier category. But anyway, let's keep going with Halloween. One of my favorite bass lines from the band and some great lyrics here. In October was playing this song a lot. And let's put this after Stealing People's Mail. That's yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm saying. It's about how people, you know, wanna dress how they want to, but they're afraid to because they don't want to be made fun of. They gotta act normal. You know, you gotta break the chains of conformity, people. Winnebago Warrior, one of the funniest songs the band has ever written. Truly, one of the funniest. How consumerism has just completely taken over camping, you know. The irony of like escaping to nature in an RV in a campground, just escaping to nature, but with the comfort of your own home. This song means a lot to me because I used to go camping a lot in my grandparents' RV. They had a Winnebago, and it was never like, you know, you see all these things on TikTok and Instagram where people have the van, they have the camper, and they'll find a field or some great scenery. But oh no, that we were going to campgrounds. We were going to like these really, really populated spots where just everything smells like shit. Kids are running around in diapers. We went to a place once where There were wild horses, and I swear to God, I think if my memory isn't fooling me, my grandfather fed Doritos to the horses. He fed Doritos to some animal on one of these trips. And there's a line on this song, feed Doritos to the bears. And it's just, it makes me laugh every time I hear it. So funny. This is one of my favorite songs. Is it the best the band has ever written? Because I gotta be honest here. I'm gonna be a little objective instead of just being, well, this is my favorite, so it's going here. Because I did that my last couple rankings, and people were trying to throw a fucking bomb through my window. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put this after Let's Lynch the Landlord, which is even high for this. For a lot of people, I think, but that's just how I'm feeling. I love this song. It has a lot of meaning to me. And yeah, just so funny, man. Just such a funny song. All right, Riot, let's talk about it. Really great at setting tension here through the instrumentals and Jello kind of being like, Riot, the incredible high. Like he's kind of almost whispering it, and he's getting louder and louder, and the instrumentals are eerie, and they're setting tension, representing the tension in a crowd right before a riot breaks out, which happens, and the song explodes into a fury. Some really, really aggressive playing here. And just, it's really about how people, when it comes to rioting, get lost in the destruction and the, throwing bricks and going crazy aspects of everything instead of the actual meaning of the protests, which is the worst thing you can do in a riot, because the point Jello's making here is that, when people riot without strategy or awareness, it actually benefits the system because it's giving them an excuse to reinforce control. Like the line, it's played right into their hands, the riot shields pop up. Everyone's like, oh, fuck. Everyone runs away. Tomorrow you're homeless. Tonight it's a blast. Good job. Now, control has been reinforced. Things are more authoritarian now, and you've destroyed the neighborhood. Great job. You've destroyed everything, and nothing's been done to benefit anybody except the people you were protesting against. So a pretty great song, and instrumentally really reflects the lyrics well. This is going high. This is going high up there. This is one of my favorite Dead Kennedys songs ever. This is going buzz bomb, kill the poor level high for Riot. Really great. One of my favorite songs. I'm sorry if I'm saying that too much. I gotta watch what I'm saying, because I feel like every song is great. I love every song here. I think every song is great. There's no song on here where I'm gonna say this sucks or this is bad. I might be a little critical about songs on on a later record, but we'll get there eventually. Bleed for Me, some awesome haunting guitar work from East Bay Ray, a great bass intro here as well, and some really unhinged vocals from Jello, really embodying the torturer in the vocals. Bleed for Me is going after Buzz Bomb. Look at how high we're going here. This is top of the line S tier stuff, and I think Bleed for Me is a great example of that. Just some insanely good songwriting from the band. Okay, look at this. I don't think I'll have to do a ton of editing around here, because I'm actually not spending forever to find out where I want to put some of these songs. I really did jinx myself talking about how I'm flying through this just for this song to take forever to figure out where I want to put this in the ranking. Okay, I have an idea. I'm the owl. More true than ever now with phones and Alexa hearing everything you say. Remember privacy, folks? I don't. One of my favorite choruses from Dead Kennedys. This is going after Let's Lynch the Landlord and Between Winnebago Warrior. It's that good. We're talking S tier still. And let's keep going with Dead End. Dead End. Pretty straightforward song here. Minimal playing from the band. Adding to the like hollowness of the song, you know, which is purposeful. This is going. I'm putting this in A tier. I'm putting this in A tier. I think it's better than Your Emotions. Drug Me though. Drug Me and Dead End are kind of similar, but I think that's solid. We're going to keep it there for now. We're going to keep it there, and then we might move it later. But anyway, let's keep going with Moon Over Marin. I really like the clean reverb heavy playing here, as well as the lyrics about pollution. Yeah, I know people who say this is the best song they ever wrote. Do I think that, though? I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good song. Is it A tier? No. I'd say it's S tier. Is it the best S tier? No, I'd put it, you know what? Yeah, I'd put it after Dog Bite. Yeah. We'll maybe return to that later. Honestly, when it comes to the whole record, I feel like that song doesn't grab me as much, but it's great songwriting regardless. So, okay. Yeah, I'm always happy to hear it. It's never something where I'm like bored or anything, but yeah. And I feel like I'm growing to it too. It's every time I hear it, I like it even more. So, okay. I think that's a good pick. All right, let's jump into Frankenchrist. Let's just do it. Let's jump right in. We don't have to think too long about it. Let me give a little speech about it first. Frankenchrist is my favorite record from the Dead Kennedys. I think this is the best album they ever wrote. I think they are best when they are writing longer songs. Their songwriting ability up until this point has developed so much, and I like when they let ideas breathe instead of just compressing them into a minute and a half, because they can really flesh things out with the lyrics, and the instrumentals are just so solid, and there's so much you can do with them in terms of dynamics, and there's so many enjoyable parts, and the music's so good where you want to hear a song for like 5-6 minutes. Why they went away from this, I'll never understand, but yeah, I like the longer songwriting from DK. It's my favorite type of songwriting from them. And all right, soup is good food. Unfortunately, extremely true today with AI automation. Really funny lyrics from Jello. I love the like repetitive, robotic riff echoing the themes of automation. Great bass work too. This is going high, man. This is going real high. This is going above Holiday in Cambodia high. It's that good. I know a lot of people might not think Soup is Good Food is like a top 5 song for them, but for me it is. I think it's just such an insanely good way to kick off the record as well. All right, Hell Nation, about blind nationalism, some extremely aggressive playing here. I don't think it's the best song on the record, and I'd say it's a pretty solid A-tier song. I'd say it's right between Ill in the Head and Hyperactive Child. I was really contemplating where I want to put this one. I started with low S, and yeah, I think it's good there. We'll maybe move it around in the future, but for now, Hell Nation is going to be an A-tier song. All right, this could be anywhere about the decay of suburban life. I love the soft middle sections here, and which like really builds tension into the chorus. And Jello just sings his heart out here. I'm going to put this in S tier between, I'm going to put After Dog Bite. I think that's solid. And let's keep going here with Frankenchrist. All right, A Growing Boy Needs His Lunch. This is a really funny song. Some great lyrics about consumerism and the worship of pop culture figures. Great instrumentals that represent just the insanity of it all. This is going pretty high. I'm going to put this after Stealing People's Mail. All right, Chicken Farm, one of my favorite Dead Kennedys bass lines ever. A really depressing song about immigration, just the fucking terrible life of you live in a country where you're fearing for your life just to move to a country where everyone spits on you. It just never ends. Also, the whole line about, the kid's brother going through the dumpster and he finds like a landmine and explodes. Just some crazy instrumentals and lyrics here. How high are we putting this, though? I'm going to put it after I Am the Owl. Yeah. I return to that song quite a lot. This whole album I return to quite a lot. And this next song is one that I return to as well. All right, Jocko-Rama, let's talk about it. A prequel to Terminal Preppy, I think. The stupidity of social statuses in school, how primal football is in general, but like mainly in high school and its role, and how the future of America is handed off to these people, which is a line in the song. I love the soft part too, which builds up to like this explosive second half of the song of the quarterback gets injured, he'll never walk again, his mom and dad clutch themselves and cry is a line. And then everyone's like, fuck it, let's all get wasted, let's go party. And then they crash. Cops are like, hey kids, don't worry, we were like that when we were your age, so just go have fun. High school jocks and high school sports and the social statuses, it's all fucking whack. And this song does a great job at representing the absurdity of it. I'm putting this pretty high up. I'm saying A tier. I'm gonna, I'm gonna put it after Buzz Bomb. Yeah, we're going high here. Just really great stuff. A lot of replay value too. I love that track. And let's keep going with Goons of Hazard, which pokes fun at the show as well as just other dumbass shows like it. I love the sharp, piercing sound of the guitar on this one. Not the best song they ever wrote, but a banger. This is going between Religious Vomit and Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, I know I'm talking about how this is my favorite record and I'm not putting every song top of S tier, but there's just something about this record that I love. I love the longer songwriting here, and it's just such a tight album, in my opinion. It's maybe not just the crazy songwriting quality of Plastic Surgery Disasters, but there's just something special about this album I really love. MTV, Get Off the Air, just to shine some light on that track, extremely tight song about corporations weaponizing music for cultural control, which, what do you know? That happens all the time still. I love the horns here. The horns section in Dead Kennedys are great. Fun dynamics, really fun dynamics. I love how tight the band sounds here. Yeah, this is going high. This is going high up. This is going as high as top 3. Yeah, yes. After I Kill Children Before California Uber Alice, higher than Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah, I love this track. I love the horn sections. This is some of the tightest playing from them. Maybe the best song on the best song on the album. Let's not kid ourselves. The best song on the record. All right, At My Job is the next song we're talking about. This one is kind of hard to rank here. Some great, almost like industrial music. It's like proto lard, which Jello ended up later really getting into industrial music. Just some great, dark, droney, depressing music here. I say it's hard to rank because it's so removed from like their more like energetic, fast, lively style of playing. I'm gonna put it in A tier after Drug Me. I think that's fair, but yeah, I hate to go from like top 3 to then like kind of bottom of A tier, but still a solid track. No hate at all. I love its representation on this record. I can't imagine this album without it. I'll say that much. All right, Stars and Stripes of Corruption. Here we go. Very ambitious song here. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. What is happening? This is crazy. This is, I think, the longest song they ever wrote. Very ambitious. It covers so much ground lyrically, too. There's times where, like, Jello's singing so fast, it's like he's trying to cram even more lyrics into this song. It's crazy. This is just packed with a lot of political subject matter. Great dynamics here. Just such an epic from them. I'll be honest, though, I do feel the length a little bit. I do. I don't think it's maybe justified with a 6.5 minute runtime because of the I don't know. It's great though. It's a great song. I like it as a closer, but I'm gonna put it after Dead End. Between Dead End and Drug Me, and I know it's crazy to put a song like Drug Me after this, but I don't know. It's very long. It's very long, and I feel the length. It's an epic. I enjoy listening to it, but I think there's better Dead Kennedys songs out there. And there you go. That's it. That's Frankenchrist right there. And I might move a few of these around. I'm looking right now, and yeah, I'm pretty confident. Stars and Stripes, we'll see. At My Job, I think A tier. I might tweak a little bit. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. I'm confident with this so far. I'm actually surprised how fast we're going through this. I thought I'd be hours into it at this point, but I still have a lot of editing to do. And okay, let's keep going. This is the last. No, it isn't the last thing we're talking about. Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death is going to be the last thing we're ranking here, but this is like their last real album we're talking about. And I'm talking about Bedtime for Democracy. A lot of people, most people call this the worst Dead Kennedys album. And I have to agree. Is it a bad album? Not by any means. I've heard people even say this is their favorite Dead Kennedys album. There are, I think, 20 tracks on this album, which is just too much. There is too much on this record. I think you could have taken like a handful of these and made a pretty solid EP. I think that's what they should have done. That would have been smart. But, like, I don't know, man. There's so many tracks, and I feel like they're all, not to call them all sounding the same, but they're all fast. They're all short, most of them at least, And I feel like they kind of bleed into each other because of that. And there are really interesting things going on with the songwriting here, but it's hard to notice them because by the time you do, you're on to the next track. And that's why I feel like there's some great ideas on here that if they kept going with longer formats with their song structure, could have been great. There's some really awesome ideas on this record. Take This Job and Shove It. Pretty solid cover. I feel like it translates with their sound pretty well, but it's not their best cover. And to be fair and totally honest here, I'm putting it at the bottom of A. But okay, let's keep going. Hop with the Jet Set. Love the chorus. Pretty good chorus here. But like, is it as good as Your Emotions? No. Is it as good as Stars and Stripes? Or Moral Majority even? It's tough, man. Because I really do love the second half of Moral Majority. But I love the chorus of Hop with the Jet Set. It's very memorable to me. Whatever. Whatever. We'll see what happens going forward. This is going to be tough. This is the real challenge now. Now we're getting to the real challenge of this video. And then this is where people are going to get angry. Because this is so impossible to rank. Whatever. I did this to myself, so why am I even complaining? Dear Abby, I really am not crazy about Jello's vocals here. He's like playing this old lady. Even lyrically is kind of outdated. I never was really into this one. This is going in C tier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you love this song, but I was just never able to get into it. And the more I listen to it, the more that cements my opinion. But okay. Rambozo the Clown. Rambozo the Clown. Great riff. I love the riff here. And honestly, some of Jello's best vocals, like, you know, when it comes to the chorus, he hits those notes. He goes higher and higher. The Rambozo. Like, especially at the end of the track. I'm putting this after Stars and Stripes. All right. So there you go. It's not bad, I think, for the legacy this album has and what a lot of people think about it. Flesh Dunce. If I'm saying that right. And it's weird to even say that because I'm ranking them, but like I never talked to anybody about this record. I don't think I've ever said a lot of these names even out loud, to be honest. There's some weird vocal layering on this one that I like. A great bass line too. Really great bass line. I'm going to put this B because I don't see it competing with like Your Emotions and Dead End and Drug Me. It's not as good as Rambozo the Clown, At My Job. I feel like it's not in that league, you know, but it's a great riff and yeah, Beast's good, you know. But like it's just not even in the same atmosphere as Holiday in Cambodia. Anyway, Great Wall is about authoritarian control. Really aggressive and energetic playing here. And yeah, I don't know, just short, never really grabbed me. Even like the lyrics, you know, about, you know, taking about like, dictatorships and all the money and power, just building a big wall around to separate themselves from the suffering people. All right, I'll put in B, bottom of B. And it's just not as memorable as other tracks for me. And that brings us into Shrink, which is a weird song lyrically, which they actually made a movie. I don't think this song was what inspired the movie, but there is literally a song, like a movie about the song. That like exactly what the lyrics are. The people shrink, and some cool dynamics on this one. I've never seen the movie though. It's got a good actor, a pretty like famous actor in it though. Some unique songwriting here. Oh God, is this whole fucking record going in B? I don't want it to, but I'd say I'd like it more than The Great Wall. And that brings us to Triumph of the Swill, which starts with like kind of this spoken word thing about, we found our son dead next to an Ozzy record, so we called our lawyer. And it's about the satanic panic. And again, we saw Jello later talk to Tipper Gore and all that. So it kind of foreshadows his role in all that PMRC stuff. The satanic panic, pretty thrashy song, to be honest. This is going in, this is going after Shrink before, I just can't put any songs above, well, I did put 3 songs above, Moral Majority, but In God We Trust Inc. It just feels wrong, but I don't know. I feel like there's some good stuff there. I'll surprise you later in this, because there is a song on here that I do have some opinions about that might upset some people, but all right. Macho Insecurity. Fast and aggressive playing on here, which like is mimicking the Meatheads' aggression, which I like. It's just really good songwriting here. This is one that stands out to me for sure. This is a great track. Jello loves making songs about stupid meatheads, stupid jocks, and it's these people who are just insecure, and funnel that through just stupid fucking aggression. And I'm gonna put this after Drug Me. Yeah, we're touching A tier here, and I don't think we're even halfway through the record. But okay. What is this? I think that we might be halfway through, but I'm pretty solid with this. Again, like I keep repeating myself, we might have to move a few around, but we'll see. All right, I spy some like great surf punk here. Solid track, fun riff. This is going in A tier, but where? I think it's going right here, actually. Okay, this is the song that I was referring to earlier. I might upset some people with this one. Zest Pools in Eden. This is a song that no one talks about at all. It's about the consequences of industrial pollution. Love the lyrics. The song name too is great. This like hypnotizing bass line with these really like haunting guitar parts. I might upset some people with this pick in the ranking. This feels something ripped right out of Frankenchrist. When I heard this record for the first time, I was drawn to this song right away. This is gonna upset some people. I know it will. I know it will. I'm putting this above government flu. Yeah, we're S tier. Bedtime for Democracy is going S tier. You saw it here first. Disturbing the Priest, disturbing the Dead Kennedys fans. Great stuff. I love it. The bass line is one of my favorites. The chorus says pools, it's so good. I'll be listening to that after this, actually. All right. let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think that's the halfway point. Okay, One-Way Ticket to Pluto, some monster drumming on here. It's just like an unstoppable force of a track. And yeah, that's why I'm going to put it A tier. Here we go. After Hop with the Jet Set. But that brings us into Do the Slag, which seems like they wrote the song in 10 minutes. This is crazy maybe to say, but the intro does remind me of Cheap Trick a little bit. Seriously, listen to like most Cheap Trick songs, like the first like literally 3 notes of this song. I'm not sure if it was a reference or what. Maybe they're doing a jab at Cheap Trick here, but yeah, short, punchy song. It's a minute and a half around, and yeah, I'm just not into it. I feel like they wrote this in like 10 minutes. Just seems filler. Really does seem filler. It's going C tier. We're touching C tier for the second time. And a commercial is more spoken word. We're putting it in the D is just a miscellaneous section here. But yeah, okay. Where are we at now? Gone with My Mind. About escapism, right? Yeah. Just a really fast, chaotic song. And you know what? I think it's better than One-Way Ticket to Pluto. And then yeah, it's better than I Spy's better. Hop with the Jet Set. I might swap these two. I'm doing it. Fuck. What? I'm keeping it. Okay. What was that one? Okay, Anarchy for Sale's next. Yeah, the thing is, I remember seeing the track list for the first time, and I saw this song name, and I'm like, is that not the most generic punk song title I've ever heard? But no, it's lyrically really interesting and commentary about like consumerism in the punk scene. Like how, I don't know, and it's still to this day. Like, you see Dead Kennedys live now, and they're selling shirts of a band that hasn't put a record out in, geez, how many decades now? Shirts for like $50, and they're like, you got to buy the studs, you got to buy this, you got to buy the patches. Where, yeah, it's just who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it after The Great Wall in B. Just doesn't really stick with me as much as other songs. Yeah, Ill in the Head's crazy. Yeah, like Drug Me and all these songs, I Spy. Say what you want about Funland at the Beach, but I just find that song really memorable. And songs like Do the Slag and Anarchy for Sale just don't really stick with me as much, but I can appreciate them, and I do enjoy them when they come on. Chicken Shit Conformist. That's quite an interesting one, because we're approaching some long song territory, and if you've stuck around to this point, which thank you. Yeah, I like longer songs. This is a longer song. Criticism of the punk movement and how bands and fans are I don't know, conforming to this punk image. That's what I find like bullshit also about, like, you know, the fact that I have long hair. I didn't grow my hair out because of metal. I didn't go, oh, fuck, I got to start a podcast and be a metal guy. So I want to grow out my hair. I've like always liked long hair. Even before I listened to any Black Sabbath or anything, that was kind of the end goal, to grow out hair. So I don't know. And I don't know where that tangent came from, but yeah, there's some criticism on here to metal, to heavy metal. There's some jabs on metal bands, metal labels, and I'm gonna have to respond here to Jello and say, unfortunately, you're right. I agree with everything you say in this song. It's unfortunate. And unfortunately, it's pretty true today as well. And some of these bands, these fucked up metal bands that he's alluding to, are opening for bands like Metallica. How awesome is that? Anyway, cool dynamics here. The whole like chicken shit conformist, like your parents, however the delivery. I don't want to do the delivery here on an episode of the podcast, but yeah, great song. I feel like maybe it could have been fleshed out a little more if I'm going to be critical, but I love it. I think it's great. Maybe, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking for something to critique about it, but it's good. This might be crazy. It's not an S tier song, so fucking let go of your keyboards, but it's going A. It's going after Funland. I don't think it's as good as Forest Fire, but it's going after Funland. It's top of A. That's not bad for Chicken Shit Conformist. The song that I hear fucking nobody talk about when it comes to this band. Anyway, look at that. We have 4 songs left of this, and then we're talking about a really good compilation of singles, or just singles, I guess, because a lot of it were. But I can't wait to talk about Give Me Convenience. Let's just get this over with. Okay, where do you draw the line? Pretty straightforward song about corruption. Not that memorable, I think. It's kind. I don't know the choruses, but it's not really crazy interesting. You know what I mean? When you look at the lyrics of like "Do the Slag," "Where Do You Draw the Line," "The Great Wall," compared to the really in-depth lyrics of like "A Growing Boy Needs His Lunch," "Chicken Farm," it kind of seems night and day. Like even "Anarchy for Sale," there's only like so many topics to cover. And "Where Do You Draw the Line" kind of just feels like Jello needs more time when it comes to the, lyrics and coming up with some lyrical subjects here. It's a good chorus. I'm taking too long. Okay, I'm going to put this after "Anarchy." Right? Okay, yeah. "Potshot Heard Around the World." The intro to this song is so unlike anything this band has ever done. Some cool experimental songwriting from them. Just doesn't grab me. This is a song I think that could have really used the longer length treatment. I feel like if they took some of the weird ideas on here and just really fleshed them out, could have been cool. Could have been really great. It's still solid. I think it's solid enough to go bottom of B, which I know is kind of, a lot of people might look at this and be like, that's a bad song. That's my definition of a bad song, bottom B. Still great. It's still a great song. Even "Do the Slag" is not a bad song. Relax. DMSO. It's it's very borderline spoken word here. I don't know. This feels like something that is just improvised at a live show, and they just said, fuck it, let's like record it in a studio and throw it on the record. And for that, it's going bottom of S. It's hard to even, include it into the like songs. It's just a bass line. It's so minimal. Lie Detector. Okay, here it is, the last song on the album. And I feel like I'm flying through this here. Not a lot of, I don't think I have to really edit any silence and thinking out. But okay, Lie Detector. Lie Detector. Great riff here. Great riff. Not the strongest outro track, but still really great with some cool commentary about people's obsession with the truth and all that. This is going after Take This Job. And that's it. That is Bedtime for Democracy, ranked. We're down to the last group of songs here. Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. One of the greatest compilations in all of hardcore, but Police Truck. Love the rhythm. The do-da-da-da-do-da-da. Great lyrics from Jello. I love how he acts them out on stage with the swinging of the baton and everything. But it also has a solo too. That's it sounds like a police siren, which is just so cool. And for me, personally, this is the cream of the crop right here. This is going top of S. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Dead Kennedy song. Top of S, my favorite, and I think it deserves that spot, to be honest. Which brings us into Too Drunk to Fuck. Just so good. Love this track. Just about fucking dumbasses who like to brag about drinking a lot. There's probably a few people who have inspired Jello to write these lyrics while he was in college. This is one of the best. This is going between Soup is Good Food and Holiday in Cambodia, which might be a little bit of a controversial take there, but I love these singles. Some of the best material the band ever wrote. Okay, Man with the Dogs. The Man with the Dogs. Such a creepy cover on the single, too. Really catchy, fun. I'm going to put this high. I'm going to put this between Growing Boy Needs His Lunch. A Growing Boy Needs His Lunch and Halloween. I'm going to put it right between those two. Yeah. All right. Which brings us into Insight. Classic song. I love the isolated verses with the only the drums under Jello's voice. Pretty much about me in high school. Is a good description of the lyrics here. This is tough. This is going S right here. It's kind of harder ranking the really good ones. All right, Life Sentence is a really catchy song. Lyrically is just such like a classic intro to punk. Like if you're kind of on the fence, you're like some rebel in high school and you hear this song, like this is some good stuff right here. Life Sentence, real energy in this song as well. This is going right before Nazi Punk's Fuck Off. And that brings us into A Child and His Lawnmower. And I'm sorry I'm saying great so much. We're talking the Dead Kennedys, you have to understand. It's all going to be fantastic material. A Child and His Lawnmower. Really fast and aggressive playing here. One of my favorite riffs from the Dead Kennedys. Uh, and it's in the song for like 10 seconds, which is crazy, but very memorable. And I'm going to put this right after Bleed for Me. The early singles of this band are excellent. And even the next song, I Fought the Law, which is a fun take on the song I Fought the Law. It's a cover. I'm going to put this at the bottom of S. It's not as good as Viva Las Vegas. I don't think it's as good as Rawhide either. Okay, we're going to do some adjusting here. We're going to put it, I hate to shoot this way lower, but we're going to put it right after Drug Me, okay? I do like Rawhide at the end of S. I think it's really that good, but I Fought the Law. It's great, but it's not their best ever cover, which I know people will argue with me that it is. But okay, Saturday Night Holocaust. It's got this really creepy intro that explodes in the second half with one of my favorite riffs from East Bay ever. And it's worth the buildup. A lot of these tracks like will have one section spoken word, and then by the next half, it's like you really better live up to the first like 1 minute just being a monologue. But this does it. This is how it's supposed to be done. And I'm going to throw this song right before Nazi Punks Fuck Off, which might be a bit of a hot take because I know this is a little more of a deep cut, but I love this song that much. And we're getting to the end here. God, I hope I have enough storage on my computer for this. I looked at the recording time and Jesus Christ, we're in like Tarantino movie territory right now, but okay. Pull My Strings. Amazing song about the music industry. They played this track at the Bay Area Music Awards, which is just so legendary. The My Sharona references this in this, where they say My Paola is so funny, man. And just so smart. Jello really sings his heart out here as well. Like I've never heard someone sing the line, "Is my cock big enough?" with just like such power, you know? He really sings his heart out the last half of this track. Yeah, just some really smart lyrics. This is why they're like the king of covers, I think. Dead Kennedys are the king of covers. Of course, they have their own little spin on this. And the whole stunt behind it, the whole idea of them playing like the intro to California Uber Alice in the beginning, and he's like, "Hold it, we're not a punk rock band, we're a new wave band." Great shit right here. And I think this is the most underrated fucking songs they ever did. No one taught, like, this is a legendary stunt from them, I think, playing this. This is for sure. I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to put it right above Saturday Night Holocaust. I don't think it goes on top of Nazi Punks Fuck Off. I think that might be a little unfair, but it deserves a high praise. It really does. And now we're talking about short songs, which I think overstays its welcome a little bit. But yeah, it's good. It's fine. That's the thing. Like, it's what Do the Slag should have been. It's funny. It's the whole reason it's short is a commentary within itself. It's hard to really. It just feels like a middle finger to anything this song is above. This song is, yeah. I think I said that right. Yeah. Fuck, man. This is going to be the toughest one. Short songs is just it's going bottom B. It's fun. It does its job, but it's just unfair to a lot of these. And I like it better than Do the Slag and Dear Abby. Straight A's is about, performance over individuality. A pretty enjoyable song here. I'm going to put this right after At My Job. I think that's fair. And then The Prey, yeah. All right, here it is. Every single Dead Kennedys song ranked individually. Oh my God, this took forever. And yeah, I'm pretty confident with my picks here. And yeah, I might want to change a few of these around in literally a few minutes after recording this. But just like going through all the tracks and just like off the top of my head, ranking some of these, this is what I think. These are my favorite Dead Kennedy songs. If you don't really know the band, this is a great thing to look at and be like, okay, I'll check out the first 10, Yeah, and hey, Bedtime for Democracy is not bad by any means, but like Shrink doesn't hold a candle to Soup is Good Food. I think out of every song on here, Pull My Strings is the most underrated. And yeah, just one of the greatest punk bands ever. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and check me out on Patreon for exclusive content. It really helps support my podcast. I'm Brandon Battick, and this has been Disturbing the Priest.
It's death! I've just seen death!